Good morning again. Today I want to finish the words for chapter 28, which are due then on May 5th. And if you look at your word sheets and your textbook, we're going to start with word 40. And I want you to look at the image on page 739 of an asteroid, Ida. Very interesting picture. You got that from our satellites. Now, the first word there is comet. We've had that word yesterday. I talked about it a bit. A small body of rock, ice, and cosmic dust that follows an elliptical orbit around the sun and that gives off gas and dust in the form of a tail as it passes close to the sun. So the coma, the hair in Greek, a spherical cloud of gas and dust that surrounds the nucleus of a comet. That's just a word that they called a coma. All right. Now, here are two interesting words. The Oort cloud, named after Jan Oort, Dutch astronomer. It's a spherical cloud of dust and ice that surrounds the solar system and extends just beyond Pluto's orbit to almost halfway to the nearest star, and that contains billions of comets. You have the asteroid belt before, which are between the inner and outer planet that has a lot of these asteroids in it. The next one is the Kuiper belt, a region of the solar system just beyond the orbit of Neptune, and that contains small bodies, mostly of ice. So you have three possible places where you can find the things we're going to talk about, comets and asteroids and so forth. The asteroid belt, the Oort cloud, and the Kuiper belt. Now, you have long period comets and short period comets. Wow, what's the difference? According to your book's definition, a long period comet is a comet with a period of more than 200 years. And the short period one is a comet with spread up to 200 years. So I forgot what our comet is that comes in how many years, I can't remember. But they just divide these up just arbitrarily. Okay. Now the next words, 46, 47, and 48, can we go up? These are most important. The first one is 46, a meteoroid, a meteor, things of the air, and oid-like, a relatively small rocky body that travels through space. Wow. Then what happens? Sometimes they become a meteor. Don't get these words up. Meteor, meteorite. Okay? A meteor is a meteoroid that enters the Earth's atmosphere and causes a bright streak of light in the sky. Sometimes you call them shooting stars. Whereas a meteorite, we change the name, is a meteor or part of a meteor left after it hits the Earth. All right. So you have meteor and meteorite. Meteor is the streak you see. The meteorite is what hits the Earth. Fireball, a brilliant flash of light produced by a meteor that vaporizes quickly. Sometimes days get mixed up, you know. We have a big shower out there. Meteor shower in August usually, a phenomenon caused by the burning up of a large number of meteors as they enter the atmosphere. They just disappear because they burn up before they can do anything. Now if you move up a bit, look at these three words. You have stony meteorites, iron meteorites, and stony iron meteorites. Now it looks very complicated, but it isn't. A stony meteorite, a most common type of meteorite, smaller in composition to rocks, similar in composition to rocks, found on the surface of the Earth. You can go even in Antarctica and you'll find these stony ones sitting on top of the glaciers. because they're falling out of the sky all the time. Iron meteorites is a type of meteorite made of iron with a characteristic metallic appearance, kind of shiny. And then the stony iron meteorites is a mixture, a rare type of meteorite that contains both iron and stone. So that's all the words for the end of the chapter, and you're supposed to read and do the questions on 746 to 749. Now before you go, I want you to look at page 740. And if you look at that picture there, it's a wonderful picture of the Behringer meteorite crater. We could have the lights on if you want. And known as similar to a meteor crater in Arizona that has a diameter of more than 1 kilometer. Dozens of such craters have resulted from past impacts of the Earth. But most craters have eroded or have been covered by other sediments and so forth. So that is a crater known as a meteor crater in Arizona. And if you go to the museum, they charge you a tremendous amount of money. I think it's about $20-some, and you'll see this large globule of metallic material, usually nickel and iron, round balls like that they have found from this impact. The impact was kind of on an angle, so one side is slightly higher than the other, but you still have all of these things of the meteor that you can find in there. I love the picture on page 742. Look at the Kuiper belt. Look at the Oort cloud. And then you have the third one, the asteroid belt. So you have three things there. So you have meteoroids. They're out, way out in space. When they get into our atmosphere, we call them a meteor. When they hit the Earth, we call it a meteorite. So you have three separate things. The meteoroids out in space, the meteor when they hit our atmosphere and you can see it burning, and if they happen to hit the Earth, we change the name again to meteorites. So that finishes chapter 744. So I hope you have a wonderful day. And then my next one will be, we're going to do the next chapter on chapter 29, which is the short chapter on the sun. So have a wonderful day. Goodbye, and study hard.